Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago PD reunion in Budapest features stars from the past. A fun Chicago PD reunion happened in Budapest, Hungary this weekend. The Chicago PD cast has finished filming this year, freeing them to take vacations. Series star Marina Squarciati decided to venture overseas. That's where she met up with some One Chicago alums. Marina plays Detective Kim Burgess on the hit NBC show. Her character has been through a lot, but happiness is on the horizon with a wedding to Officer Adam Ruzek, Patrick Fluger. New episodes of Chicago PD return on April 16, and the season 12 finale arrives soon. Marina Squarciati shares a fun Chicago PD reunion, getting the gang back together in Budapest. Classic, Marina captioned a new Instagram post. The post features one picture with Marina smiling between two familiar faces. Jesse Lee Soffer has his arm around her from one side, and Tracy Spiridakos has an arm around her from the other. The trio smiles for the camera and appears to be having fun. Jesse played Detective Jay Halstead on the Chicago PD cast. He left early in season 10 when his character re-enlisted. Tracy played Detective Haley Upton. She left during the Chicago PD season 11 finale, deciding her time in the city was done. Chicago PD fans miss seeing the characters lead intelligence every week. More fun overseas with Marina and friends. You know the old saying, when in Budapest, do everything. Marina captioned an earlier Instagram post. The first photo features Marina with Tracy. Additional photos show the duo having fun in Budapest. P.S. Niu Friend a Liart. I spy a Jana Liortes at Spiridakos #Tracy Marina added to her caption. Marina gives shoutouts to Chicago PD fans. Earlier this spring, Marina read social media posts from Chicago PD fans for a fun video. She gave many One Chicago fans shoutouts and celebrated the latest seasons with them. Shout out to all the Kim Burgess stans, reads the caption NBC wrote for the post. Check out the fun video below. More news from the One Chicago shows. We have details on Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 18. This is the first new episode following the latest hiatus. Chicago Med spoilers reveal characters returning to the show. The showrunner dropped a huge tease about the upcoming season finale. Yaya DaCosta addressed nurse April Sexton's possible return. She has been busy with other projects. Chicago Fire spoilers reveal details on Bowden's return. Eamon Walker returns to the Chicago Fire cast after leaving during season 12. He had played Chief Wallace Bowden for 12 years. It was a crisp spring night in Budapest when the chain bridge glittered with more than just its usual lights. There was electricity in the air, and not the stormy kind. No, this was a buzz born of something rarer than a quiet night in the Windy City, a full-blown Chicago PD reunion, thousands of miles from the show's gritty roots. But this wasn't your average press event or Comic-Con panel. This was intimate, dramatic, and wildly unpredictable, much like the show itself. The event, dubbed One Night in Budapest, had been organized under a shroud of secrecy, an exclusive gathering for fans and cast alike. The buzz started with cryptic posts on social media, a silhouetted skyline not quite Chicago, a caption reading, "The past always returns," and a single date. Fans speculated wildly. Few guessed that Budapest, with its romantic ruin bars and Gothic architecture, would play host to a reunion this iconic. As the night began, it wasn't just the current cast walking into the spotlight, but beloved faces from the past. Jason Begg, Hank Voight, was the first to arrive, of course. Dressed in his signature black leather jacket, he looked like Voight had never left Chicago, just caught a red eye to Europe. He greeted the fans with a curt nod and that familiar gravelly voice. "We've been through a lot. Thought it was time we remembered where we started." He glanced around at the regal Hungarian architecture and smirked. Not bad for a squad from District 21, huh? Next came Jesse Lee Soffer, Jay Halstead, who had left the series in season 10 to much heartbreak. Fans erupted when he stepped out, his hair a bit longer, his smile nostalgic. "Never thought I'd be taking selfies on the Buda side of the city," he said with a laugh, hoisting a glass of Palinka. "But here we are. And yes, Jay would totally approve of this venue. It's got just the right mix of history and unfinished business. From across the cobblestone square, Sophia Bush, Erin Lindsay, emerged like a vision from a parallel timeline. Her return was the night's biggest shock. Though she'd exited the series after season 4, fans never stopped hoping she'd return, at least in spirit. Seeing her there, reunited with Voight and Halstead, was enough to make any Chihard tear up. "I've carried Lindsay with me," Sophia admitted, standing beneath the looming shadows of the fisherman's bastion. "She's who I was, and part of who I'll always be." Budapest seemed like the right place to explore that. She'd have loved the mystery here. But it wasn't all about the original trio. From a nearby cafe emerged John Seda, Antonio Dawson, clasping hands with Leroyce Hawkins, Kevin Atwater, as they both laughed at something unseen. Dawson's character had a tumultuous exit, but fans never stopped rooting for his redemption. "Reunions can be healing," Seda said quietly. "Not just for us, but for the characters. Maybe even for Antonio." As the wine flowed and Hungarian violins filled the air, Marina Squirciati, Kim Burgess, joined the group, radiant in a deep red coat that echoed the city's dramatic flair. She was quickly followed by Patrick John Pfluger, Adam Ruzick, who pulled her into an impromptu dance under the glow of an antique lantern. "I'd always imagined Ruzick and Burgess making it out of Chicago," Marina said, her voice thick with emotion. "I didn't think it would be to Hungary, but hey, if anyone's going to stumble into a love story in a ruined pub, it's those two." A surprise addition to the evening was Elias Koteas, Alvin Olinsky, whose character's death in season 5 left a deep scar. The crowd gasped as he stepped forward, raising a toast in a voice as calm and commanding as ever. "Even when we're gone, the story doesn't end. That's the beauty of a unit like this. We leave pieces behind." As old partners embraced and new friendships sparked, the cast shared behind-the-scenes stories, some hilarious, some heart-wrenching. Halstead and Lindsay wandered down the riverbank, reuniting for a photo that instantly lit up social media. Atwater and Ruzick debated the merits of European versus American police tech. Voight even cracked a rare joke about getting lost in Buda's labyrinthine streets. And somewhere in the background, the producers were whispering ideas. Could this magical night lead to a limited series? A global spin-off? A movie? A Netflix-backed miniseries titled Chicago PD, The Budapest Files. No one confirmed anything, but a few winks and sly smiles said more than enough. As the night wore on, fans in attendance, many of whom had flown from all over the world, were invited to a private screening on the banks of the Danube. Projected onto a medieval stone wall was an unreleased short film, 10 minutes of never-before-seen footage, flashbacks, and speculative futures. The film ended with one haunting line: "Justice never ends, it just finds new ground." By midnight, as fireworks sparkled above the city, the cast gathered for a group photo. It wasn't staged or posed, just a moment of pure joy and shared history. They were older, wiser, and far from their gritty Chicago backdrop, but in that moment they were still the heart of the 21st District. The reunion wasn't about nostalgia, it was about evolution. The badge, after all, doesn't belong to a single city. It belongs to those who carry its weight, no matter where in the world they stand, and for one unforgettable night, that place was Budapest. Who knows, maybe next year it's Berlin, or Tokyo, or even back home in Chicago. But for now, the ghosts, legends, and heroes of Chicago PD danced together by the Danube, and the world felt just a little safer for it.